Hello, this is Alyssa. I'm be going over the role Parity Cop. Parity is a cop is a role that allows you to compare the alignments of other players. So I'm going to be going over some details about the role, like the settings, the comparisons, and fate compare. So the settings for Parity Cop are these as followed. Uh, so when Parity Cop allows you to compare the alignment of two players. So if you just were able to compare just um like crewmates all crewmates together and all imposters together, it would be a little bit unbalanced in favor of the crewmates, because it would be basically like if you see someone like someone's like hard cleared and you compare them to like the imposter, you just automatically know they're the imposter if hard clear someone. So we like to have these settings where like some groups can come up as imposter to balance the role. So for example, we recommend that crewmate killers, you have those come up as imposter. Crewmate killers are sheriff and vigilante. So if you compare a crewmate to a sheriff, a crewmate like role like detective to the sheriff, it will come up as a mismatch, and this balances the role. We also have other categories. The alignment options are crew, neutral, and imposter. And when you're comparing to people, it will be either a check mark or an X to whether the alignments match or not. So when you compare someone, you can compare as many people during the round that you want, and the people that will get compared are the last two people that you tried to compare who are alive. So only two people will end up getting compared, and those are the last two people. So you'll see something like this in the meeting where I was compared with DevC, and our alignments do not match. So we have it so that if you're an evil role, you will see that you have been compared to balance it. So that you know that if you're getting like sus for like what it seems like a weird reason, they might be the parody cop, and that they have this additional information. It will look something like this, where you get a question mark next to your name, and you are compared, and you see who you're compared to, but you don't know if it matches or mismatches. This only evil roles will see this, so like neutral roles and imposter roles will see this. So jester will see this, arsonist will see this, and I will see this. And imposters will see this. So if they match, it will look something like this. You'll have check marks next to them. If they match, they are not guaranteed to be on the same side depending on your settings. For example, if you have that sheriffs come up as imposters, you could compare the sheriff to the imposter, and that will come up as a match, even though they're technically different alignments. So let's go through some examples. If you compare something like the non-killing crewmate roles like detective and investigator, those will always come up as matching. But if you compare the detective and sheriff, if you have crewmate killers coming up as imposters, you might get an X next to it, even though they're the same on the same team. And sheriff and imposter will get like a check mark next to them, even though they're on different teams. So, and the base case is if you compare the imposter and the detective, they will show up like they are on different teams. So you have to be very careful who you compare it, and with your information, you want to do multiple comparisons, but you also have to consider like making sure you don't make it too obvious that you're a parody cop by like parodying the same people over and over again, and they know that you're parodying them. Um, but we have a way to throw off the imposters, and that's called a fake out, where let's say that you've kind of gotten all the information you really need from Parody Cop, and you want to make someone think that you're potentially not Parody Cop. So, like, if you compare like two people and you're pretty sure one of them is the imposter, and you know that maybe that person didn't see very many people during the round and that they might guess you as parody cop, you could do fake compare on them so that they see that you're compared to them the next round, and they might think you're not parody cop because you were compared. This is basically, you will get no information from the fate compare, it is basically only to throw off the imposters potentially, and you only get one of these per game. I know this is a lot, and I hope this is I hope that like it will be a little bit confusing until you've kind of played the role a lot, but I hope you found this helpful. And let me know if you have